I'm going to make some basil beer rolls in the bread machine. That's the easiest way to make a dough. So, and also, you know, when you're making any kind of recipe, the best thing to do, which I fail to do sometimes, is to lay out all your ingredients and then proceed. This way you won't forget anything. Now I'm using it's fairly new, my Panasonic SD250 bread machine. The reason why I tell you that, because the one I used to have, Sandy, took away from me. I had it for 20 years and it was still working. This one, the bowl, is even larger. And it still has the same special easy drop for the yeast, which I couldn't find in any other machine, and that's so important because this way you don't have to even pay attention to the timing on the dough when you have to drop the yeast. And I don't understand why other machines don't have that, but they don't. So I chopped up the fresh basil, and it's loosely packed in there, but that is a cup, as you can see. Then we have the semolina durum flour. Sometimes I buy just semolina because I like the yellow color. This isn't as yellow. And regular bread flour. And then granulated yeast, some black pepper, and salt, sea salt. As you can see, that sea salt is not pure white. It happens to be a good one, because it hasn't been refined as much as the regular other sea salts or regular salt. And then sugar, and then it's your choice between using olive oil or butter. I'm going olive oil because I have plenty of butter, but I'm just going the olive oil route for health reasons. So what do we do first? Put everything into the machine, make the dough, and then later we'll just make the rolls and see how nice they come out. I've never used beer before in making, you know, rolls or bread, so I'm curious to see how it's going to pan out. Everything is in. Close the lid. The yeast is there. Just click on the menu and keep going until it gets to where it says dough. So, and then we press start. So I'll be back in 2 hours and 20 minutes to continue. So let's see now, they beat me, and that means that the dough has to come out. Move this a little bit. Ooh, look at that. Everything came out nice. Just a little bit sticky, but no, feels good. Look at that, look at that. Oh, you know what? We can put this in the oven just like that and bake it. But I like to make little rolls. So I will cut this. I'm going to smell it. Look at the basil, how it's just laying in there. Very nice. I expect this to be a very nice recipe, hopefully. I put a 1-inch pan in the oven with water in it. I also wanted to use my stone and place the rolls on a stone, but my stone is outside, and the blizzard, the snow blizzard we had, it's covered and it's snow drifts, and I'm really not in the mood to fool around with that. Otherwise, I would use a stone. So if you have a stone to put in the oven, it's much better than just cooking it the way I'm going to cook it. Anyway, and if you like sesame seeds on this, go right ahead. So, you know what's nice? The consistency is just right, and it's not sticky where you have to put flour. Just a little bit. You see that? Comes up nice. So we're going to cut it. I don't know how many we're going to make. And like so. And after I get finished placing these in there, I'm going to slit the tops. I like that effect. And this pan better be large enough. I don't feel like using two pans. Then again, this piece, little piece left over. And hopefully that'll be the same, so we'll be able to put together one. So I might as well just do it now. Put this and this together, and we'll see if we have more. Anyway, so these are the rolls. I want to use up, I want another pan, like I said, so if I have to squeeze these in together, so what? I'd rather have them come up where they're not together so they don't stick together, but I will get one more right in there. And that'll be the end of that. Okay. So there are the rolls. I'm working as quick as possible. And if I had a lot of time, I would measure each one. Now I'm going to just slit. And if you want to make slits on an angle, which I do with this knife, and then no slits, and then slits. Now remember I said the oven is set at 375. It's not preheated because what do you do after you preheat the oven, as George Carlin would say? It doesn't make any sense to say preheated. So it's at 375 convection. And I'm going to bake these for about 20 to 25 minutes. So they're going into the oven now. No egg on them. You could egg them. You could spray them with water. But since I have a pan in the oven, which I'm going to show you, so there's the oven. You see the pan in there, the steam is coming up. We're going to put this in there, time that for 10 minutes, and then take the steam out. So now it's time to remove the pan of water. As you see the steam, oh, be careful because this is dangerous. Now, use a pot with handles, it would have been better. And I'm going to move the rolls. See how nice they're coming? Right there. And we're going to go for the rest of the time, which is another 20 minutes. This is 25 to 30 minutes. And we'll check it in another 15. I took my bread out at 25 minutes because the color is beautiful. And they are so nice and light. Just like a piece of steak. I mean, a prime rib of beef, you don't usually cut it when it's straight out of the oven. You let it rest. So I'm going to let these rest for a few minutes. It's not a whole loaf of bread, so I just want to have this when it's warm. And you taste more of it when it's not very, very hot. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. And I have my butter getting room temperature. They're beautiful. And the basil, let me see, how does it smell? See, the ones that were not cut have a nice rounded top and crusty from having the steam in the oven. And the others, well, I didn't cut that deep because I was in a rush. I just wanted to get done. So you cut it deeper, you'll have more of an opening. Looks good. Sesame seeds, poppy seeds on there before we put it in the oven works well also. Well, warm, and what should I do? Cut it, rip it, tear it open. Wow. I'll put just a little bit of butter on there, just to help it along. That's enough. And then we'll see if the amount of, I had garlic in there, basil, if those flavors I like that. I could eat about 6 of those right now. That's why I rarely make items like this. Whenever you make something so fresh and tasty, you just want to eat it all. But I'm going to take these and put them in the freezer. Every couple of days, take one out and enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it too.